Hey everybody, welcome back. Unboxing time, and we are back with one of my favorites of the month. Today we're here to open up the February 2021 Vnyl. I can dig it. Alright, so if you want to check out Vnyl, I have a link in the description below, and I think you can choose like 1 record or 3 records a month or even more, and it's going to be one of those subscription services where the more work you put into it up front, the better time you're going to have with it. A lot of people who I find did not end up liking the service, it's because they didn't really put forth the effort to help them help you, so to speak. So basically, it's a subscription thing. Every month on the 19th, once you've signed up, they're gonna give you an email and you're gonna choose if you want to go pick one of the records they're offering, and they'll pick a couple other records to match with that and go with that vibe, or you can go with the curated vibe, where they'll just basically send stuff completely based on your tastes and what's in your collection, which is what I do. Now, to really get the best out of that, and why they've really done a good job finding good stuff for me, I spent a few months ahead of time really prepping for it. I got more into Spotify, because you can link your Spotify account, and made sure I was listening to a lot of different stuff on there and liking and, you know, setting aside, saving songs, whatever, because they could see what I like, so that gives them a better idea what to give me. And more importantly, Discogs, which is like my tracking app for what albums I own. However, I will say I frequently have to go reconnect to my Discog account. So you might want to check that every time you choose your vibe for the month. But more importantly, they have a big old list of questions when you first sign up, and you can tell them all kinds of bands you love, have loved. You can tell them what bands you don't love anymore, what kind of genres. They got a place for like records you can send me, artists you should never send me, things like that. And then like, how big is your collection, how deep into it. So the more time you put into curating those lists and curating like a Spotify listening thing and a Discogs and a few other places they connect to, the better time you're gonna have with this. Now, all that said and done, I want to get in here because as you see, this is the February box. I now only have 3 boxes a month right now on Tuesdays, so I have a lot less time to listen to these records and get them reviewed. So I'm trying to get into that, plus I need to get out the door and get to dinner. So let's jump in here and let's see what the first record be. Oh, actually first up, we got one of these. We haven't had one of these in a while. Play Side B. And what's really fun about this is we definitely have a game on the back side. We got us a crossword puzzle. So this will probably show up in the next box or 2 as well. And again, I think this box is like $39 shipping and all, something like that. Maybe it's like 42, but regardless, we're talking about 3 vinyl records for that price. You know, new, often collectible. They send me a lot of great like numbered punk stuff, so that's very, very cool. They even noticed that I really like color vinyl, so they tend to send me a lot of color vinyl. Very rarely do they miss with me in this box. Occasionally they do though, because music's very subjective and you never know. But the first record up we've got is, I don't know, Michael Now, N-A-U, Less Ready to Go, Org Music. Okay. And of course you are gonna get to see what these look like in pictures when I go to the reviews. So side A has songs like Hoops, Boom Tappin', Poor Conditions. So this sounds like this might actually be a bit more of a, not quite hip hop, because I don't sign up for hip hop, but kind of more of a beat groove kind of thing, which I could get into. I could get down with that, if it is. There will be a card in here that hopefully explains some of this, or at least gives me some idea what to look forward to, but that sounds cool. I'm down for that. I was kind of hoping we maybe get some like classic rock. I'm in an Aerosmith vibe right now, and like a Mumford & Son. Like I'm in a folk and a classic rock vibe right now is where I'm at, but whatever it is, I'm gonna give it a fair chance. I try to listen to these records at least twice before I review them. Of course, now I have like about a week to do that, so we'll see how it goes. Next up, we have Super Elcados, Mr. Bongo. Togetherness is always a good venture. Tambourine Party Volume 2. It's a reissue of an ultra rare album, fusion of heavyweight Nigerian funk, soul, and disco. These are not really my vibes, but sometimes they are, but not as much as other times. Okay. I mean, again, sometimes I get like, ugh, but then I listen to them and I'm like, oh my God. But I'm a little concerned about this month. Like, I want like rock and folk and not too much of this stuff. But what do we got? Third record out is Power of Zeus. These are all from Mr. Bongo. These last 2 records were released from Mr. Bongo. I don't know about the first one. It's an official, okay, re-release, transferred from Analog Reels. Seminal funk rock album. Why is it all funk this month? Did they send me somebody else's box? I mean, I can get down with some funk, just not a lot. The Gospel According to Zeus. All right, well, this could theoretically be the lowest month for me. I don't know for sure. All right, well, before we get out of here, before we get to the review section and we find out there's nothing else in the box except for my handwritten card. Boom. I guess we're going for a little bit of a Valentine's Day vibe. It says Eric. I'm kind of skimming. I'm going to read their handwritten note here in just a minute, but let me show that to you while I read it. So, hey Eric, this month I'm sending you a 1976 gem of Afro beat from Nigeria's Super Elkados, taking cues from African rhythms, James Brown, and gritty funk. Okay, that doesn't sound bad. Next, vintage and hazy indie tracks from the incredible and versatile Michael Nau. Check out my favorite track, Boom Tappin'. Okay, I guess that's an indie, I guess, all right. Finally, a 70s classic rock reissue of The Power of Zeus, Lone LP, a psychedelic power pong and trip? Power, I don't know, could you all read that word? That one word is plog? Fog? Oh, wait, power something acid trip. Power plug acid trip. Sure, enjoy, Niels. All right, well, it does sound a little less funk-driven than what they say, but sometimes their descriptors are a little off, sometimes for the better, sometimes for worse, but I'm always willing to give it a try. That's one of the things I do love about this service, and what I pay for is curation of people who know a lot more bands than I do, look at what I like, and send me stuff they think I'll like. Doesn't mean it always works. It's like going to a video store back in the day. But hey, let's find out what I think, shall we? Here's the reviews.
Okay, so I was definitely wrong with my expectations for this month's box, as all three of these records ended up being fantastic and actually what I was in the mood for, surprisingly. I just didn't know anything about them. So we're gonna go from my least favorite to my favorite, and it's very close running this month. And like I said, even my least favorite, I very much enjoyed. And we're starting off with Super Elkados, however you say it. Togetherness is always a good venture. Tambourine Party, Volume 2. My initial thoughts are, wow. This would be a great companion piece to the Shaft soundtrack. So much fun, so funky, such great vibes. I love the production of this record. The bass is perfectly fat and funky. The guitar strings me along, and the horns get me all frisky and well, you get the idea. It's difficult to find many specifics to say about this one, as all the songs do kind of meld together and have a similarness, but not in a bad way. It's vastly instrumental, and I love that. A wonderful vibe through and through that will be great to play at parties, especially when you want people to start getting down. Where there are vocals, they work and sound just right, but also sound a little like folks who don't completely understand American music and lyrics of the time, and that just adds to the charm a whole lot. In a very, very small way, the vocals almost give me a tiny bit of Cheech and Chong vibe that I also love and I feel would fit perfectly as a soundtrack to one of their films. Occasionally, the record brings those sexy, Barry White vibes and perfectly, definitely sets the mood. So much fun, so funky from start to finish, an unexpected love of a record, and why I love this vinyl service. I would have never found this on my own, and I love it, like legit love this record, to the point I might even need to go look for more from this band. But I love this record enough, I may end up wearing it out over time and need more copies. From start to finish, this record is just a great time. Next up, we have Michael Nau? I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, N-A-U, with Less Ready to Go. So this one totally caught me off guard. It wasn't what I was expecting either. This record immediately, right off the bat, punches you in the face with romance. And I love it. It's still funky with that touch of Marvin Gaye, Isaac Hayes vibes, but modern and very slightly indie rock, making for a fantastic tone and a vibe that I adore. Or rather, j'adore, because this record just puts me in a very romantic place. The beginning of track 2, Boom Tappin', gives me a bit of the Gorillaz vibe, and I love that. I love how this record feels laid back and chill, but never feels slow or dull. It's always energetic and just full of happy excitement that celebrates its own happiness. This record sounds like what I feel like when I'm rested, unstressed, and just experiencing everything life has to offer. especially with Mary, my amazing fiance, and as she's experiencing these parts of life with me. It keeps a smile plastered across my face. This currently makes me miss the beach somewhere along the middle of the record, especially chilling in the still waters and summer sun, just floating, existing, holding Mary's hand, knowing we exist together and we experience paradise in the same moment. The more I listen to this record, the more it becomes an absolute favorite. Side B just continues the smoky smoldering that we have been experiencing together. I just want to grab Mary and dance with her. But of course, as I review this, she's asleep because, she has a real world schedule, not a YouTube schedule. This is just a great record through and through that, again, I will likely wear out with repeated listens. Another wonderful find for me from the folks at Vnyl. And finally, we have Power of Zeus. Gospel according to Zeus. And if you recall in the unboxing, I was like, I'm in the mood for some classic rock and this, that, and the other. And this scratched that classic rock itch. Immediately, it kicks off into that classic rock that I'm looking for. Badass guitars, badass rhythms, that organ, that swagger, getting Led Zeppelin vibes even, with a bit less pretentiousness. Sorry, Led Zeppelin fans. When I think classic rock, the tone of this record is what I think of. The production and musicianship reminds me of almost every classic rock band I can think of in the best of ways. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything. Seriously, this is so classic rock, it could almost be used as a parody of classic rock, but in the absolute best of ways. I'm picking up thousands of moments that remind me of thousands of classic songs, and I'm vibing on every single second of it. Another record of great grooves, great riffs, and it really makes me want to grab a guitar and just jam my balls off. Or I guess I'd rather jam my butt off because I like having my balls more. I don't know, that's a weird, I don't know why I said that. This is one of those records where there is no standout track, no memorable chorus, but it does have an unforgettably fun vibe all throughout, and I will enjoy revisiting time and time again. There really is some fantastic guitar work going on and amazing production / mixing working all throughout. Some amazing musicianship as well, and vibes happening here. And it's not a record I'll remember off the top of my head, but whenever I'm digging through my collection, not knowing what I want to listen to, I imagine I'll frequently choose this record and be very happy I did. Another fantastic month from Vnyl. I thought when I opened it, I was going to be very disappointed this month, particularly the mood I was in, but it just fired on all cylinders and they nailed it for me with every one of these records in a way that I now have 3 new artists that I can actually just be excited to find more of their work. And I just had a great time with it and I'm ready to go listen to them some more. So that's this month.
Okay, so there you go. Hopefully those are really, really cool. Hopefully I dug them. I got a feeling I'm gonna dig them. I think it's just, again, with music, it's one of those things, even if it's a record I love, if I'm not in the mood for it, I'm not gonna love it as much as when I am in the mood for it. So hopefully I can be kind of in that zone, in that vibe when we start listening to these. And that's why I always try to listen to them at least twice, so that I give it a fair shake in the review of knowing kind of what I'm going into. Because the first time out can be very off-putting at times. But let me know, have you checked out any of these? You listened to any of these? I do put up pop-ups if you want to click links to go check out these bands. So let me hear your thoughts. Definitely geek out with me in the comments below. I love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, you can click the thumbs up button, give me the good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. Check out the join button for YouTube memberships, the Patreon link, $1 a month, extra video every day, the merch store with designs changing every month, and of course the Discord link. We also run a radio station over there at times. It's like a user generated, we can all request songs we play through, so that's where the Cool Peeps party starts rocking late at night a lot of times. Brittany and Ezio especially get in there and really kill it. I know a few other people have started really taking to it as well, so. There you go. All those things and more. Let me know though, you getting vinyl? Do you dig it? I know some people have recently tried it on my recommendation and they're digging it, so I love to hear that. I love to hear what you're getting as well, so let me know. Geek out with me in the comments. I look forward to everything you gotta say. But that's it. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna get to dinner and then I'm gonna come home and listen to some killer tunes, hopefully. And I'll see you all later.